Alright, y'all. Here at the pot, got it on medium heat, medium level. Got about 2 tablespoons of some avocado oil. Been there for a minute already. Kind of warmed up. Now it's time for these onions that I chopped up. That's 2 medium-sized purple onions. Let me get my little wooden spatula ready. Digging the sizzle already. Alright, and you might be asking yourself, what are you making today, Andy? I am making a black bean stew. I was in the mood for whatchamacallit, some type of rice dish. Something warm, something, you know, comfy. Something heartwarming, you know? Something beautiful. And so, you know, today is my cooking day, my meal prep day. So I want to give check out, you know, on the YouTube's vegan streets. Okay. Boom. And you know, always big shout out to Make It Dairy Free. It was on Andrew's channel, the Nate Dog. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt. Okay, just to make the onions release a lot of their moisture. We're gonna be cooking this for about 6 to 8 minutes, so the onions are translucent, slightly browning, and slightly caramelized. Boom. Give that another stir. I'll be back in another 6 to 8 minutes. I am doubling the recipe, that's why I did 2 onions, so just keep that in mind. If you want the recipe, go look up at the channel, Make It Dairy Free, Andrew's new channel. And big shout out to that, man. Great content. And this is simple, man. 1-pot meals, bro. Can't really beat it. Starting off with onions and garlic. Onions, the garlic will be soon, but let's focus on the garlic, on the onions. Let me get that. Be back in a few minutes and I'll see the progress. Alright, it's been about 8 minutes. I'm about to add my garlic. Boom, let that get nice and fragrant. Each portion of the recipe calls for 4 sprigs of thyme. I'm not even counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not doubling the thyme, but it's in there, you know. Oh yeah, nice and fragrant. Okay. Okay, then once adding the garlic, we're in the thyme. We're gonna cook it down for another minute. Start layering these flavors. Let's see what we can do about this thyme. I'm sure we'll have to take them out, the sprigs themselves, before we start eating. But for now, it's okay. Get the garlic all incorporated. It was 2 cloves of garlic per portion, so I did 5. 1 little extra one. I don't think it can hurt. Okay. What's next? So we're about to add most of our ingredients right now. I'm gonna add all the spices, some paprika, some onion powder, add a few extra stuff, some cumin, just to help bring all the spice flavors a little bit more. Before I add everything else. Okay. Alright. Okay. Make sure all the spices are broken down. Everything is homogenized with the onions, the garlic. You can smell it like crazy right now. Like I said, if you want the measurements, go ahead and follow Make It Dairy Free. It was on Andrew's new channel. Okay. Each portion of the recipe called for 2 or 3 cups of sweet potatoes. I did 4 in total. 4 whole sweet potatoes. Let those go in. Alright. Now the black beans. They're suggested using canned black beans. I don't know if you know this about me, but I don't like using canned anything really. And this recipe calls for coconut milk, so couldn't help that. But and they did say to drain them, but just gonna add these black beans in there. Ooh. Okay. recipe called for 2 15-ounce can of black beans. Like I said, I'm not using canned black beans, so I kind of just did like, what, I think 5 cups of black beans and cooked them. So it might be over the amount of black beans they called for, but I don't think there's a problem with extra black beans. Alright. Just give it a stir so the onions are not burning underneath. Okay, get all the spices involved. Still adding the black beans. Make sure I'm recording. That's a fact. Sorry if I'm blocking the camera, but I'm gonna have to do what I does. Hold up. Just a little bit of the bean juice. Okay, let's give this a stir. And there goes the spices. Now we're working. We're doing something here. Okay. So next for the easy part. Add my cans of coconut milk. Alright, unsweetened. Okay. And this is full fat coconut milk. Okay, let me get this lid off. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to do a full cup of veggie broth. Pour it inside the coconut can. Okay, trying to get most of the stuff out. Do what we can. I'm not going to stress it too hard. Okay. And then just a little bit of sriracha. It says 2 tablespoons. I just did a little splash. I'm not going to measure that. Alright, it's time to get everything stirred up. Alright, we're gonna bring this to a simmer, slowly but surely. Alright, y'all, so the stew finally came to a simmer. It came to a fall simmer. I would stir it and then wait for it again. Now it's coming back faster on the simmer I'm talking about. So I'm gonna cover it with a lid. By the way, it smells so good and looks delicious. Alright. I'll do a partial cover, not all the way. I'm gonna cook this down for 30-35 minutes. Not much to do. I might come in, stir it for every 5-10 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and stretch, listen to some David Goggin. He's on Joe Rogan's podcast. So hey man, just chill out for a bit, not work too hard, and get some inspiration. I'll be right back once this is done. I'm gonna make some quinoa. You can make rice, you can do all kinds of things, but I'm gonna make some quinoa because I've been craving it. By the time this is done, so I can sit down and eat. Alright, y'all, appreciate you for tuning in. Give me a few seconds for the results. Alright. Alright, what's up, y'all? And you tuning back in. Time for the review. So man, I was craving some type of grain or rice today. The quinoa and a little like a stew or something warm just to go on top of that with the rice. So always shouting out people who inspire me, people who are doing it bigger and before me. So you already know, make it dairy free. I almost forgot the name, but Andrew started a new channel, the Nate Dogg channel, I think, so something along those lines. And he made this black bean stew. I mean, I'm a big fan of beans, and I was already thinking about doing something with beans. But I was like, you know what? That sounds good. Sounds dank. I looked it up. Cool. Follow the recipe if you want to figure out all the little intricacies. How many of this? How many of that? I'm real general about it. I just want to show you that, I find something I want to do. I'm craving something, and I make it happen. And you can too as well. But man, the quinoa, it didn't take too long to make the stew. The longest part really was just the 30 minutes inside the pot. And it is a one pot meal. So, easy cleaning. Really wasn't much, just a cutting board and stuff like that. But enough talking. This smells tremendous. It did, how do I say it, thicken down, or thicken up, however. I did the 30 minutes and then I let it just chill on the residual heat while I was cooking the quinoa in my slow cooker. I guess quinoa takes a little longer than rice because it's a multi-grain, not just rice. So that being said, man, cheers. Hope y'all enjoying this. Just how I'm about to be. I'm so hungry. Cheers. I think it also depends, really good, how small you cut the sweet potato or whatever, pumpkin or whatever you use to as a substitute. How small you cut it, it also depends on how fast it will cook. So if it's larger pieces, it will tend to cook a little slower, take a little longer. But smaller pieces will always cook down a little quicker. And I think that's what I did. I cut it a little smaller, and by the 20-25 minutes, it was already kind of soft and tender. So turned it off, residual heat did the rest, thickened up the beans. It was just a big thick mess in the best possible way. All right, one more bite. The thyme really comes out, kind of savory, sort of a fresh flavor to it. I remember really tasting thyme in my chicken pot pie, and the other pie I made. Forget what it was, the name of it, but I don't think. Very good. Probably the only few herbs I used in the pot. I did top my quinoa with some cilantro, just because that's just what I was feeling. Something warm and have that kind of green, crispy taste of cilantro. One bite, I was lying. One bite. The spicy really come out. You can taste the paprika. Not too much. It's not spicy. The sriracha is in there somewhere with the spicy. I put more sriracha on my quinoa because that's just how I do it. Hold up. Wow. Kind of warms my chest. Perfect. The weather's getting a little more cooler now. You know what I'm saying? We're getting to the latter parts of the year. I'm happy. I meal prep for the most part. All my videos are my meal prep for the coming week for work, and so I don't have to do much on the weekdays. But all in all, man, I'm super excited. Always satisfied with making dairy-free recipes. And if I'm not, well, it's because I probably didn't follow the recipe 100% through. But all in all, man, I'm pretty excited. I'm happy to end my fast. You know, it's a little early in the day. It's my day off, so I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna enjoy me, get my little haircut. Appreciate y'all for watching. I'm gonna go back and eat in peace, not talk to a camera. Andy tuning in, man. One more time. Y'all take it easy. Have a blessed week. Hope everything you're writing down and the goals you're intending to achieve, you know, come to fruition. Hope you're working hard, and always take some rest. And like I said, man, treat yourself to something nice this week. Whether it is, if you go out, that's cool. You know, eat something out, but cook for yourself. It's a wonderful thing. It might take a little time, a little preparation, but at the end of the day, you're treating yourself with love and respect. And I think that's what we need more in this world. A lot of people don't put their time and effort. They get a bag of chips, a little, you know, a little sandwich, or I'm not gonna say a couple of things. So I'm not trying to dog nobody's business, but cook for yourself. Something magical and got little details. You can make it customized either way you like it, like with my cilantro, sriracha. Do that. All right, y'all. I'm looking kind of crazy with this haircut. Go back to eat. I'll take it easy, man. Peace.